Hi, everybody. So we're going to start our Jen Stark project. So we are in Pixlr E, and today we're going to open the art grid, which is 1000 by 1000 pixels. It's right on the front under recommended. So you're going to click that guy, and then I'm going to title mine Jen Stark, Jenstark. Okay. Keep the width as normal. Keep a background on, and we're going to start with white. We're going to start with a white background because her art always starts with a white background. I'm going to hit create. Okay, so here is our template. So as you saw in the presentation, Jen Stark uses a series of kind of these psychedelic shapes, a lot of black and white, and then she has these drips, these very, very fanciful kind of drip movements. So we're going to layer and we're going to use shape and drawing to layer and get that full effect. We're going to cover almost the entire canvas. So that's why we selected a smaller canvas for today. All right, so we're going to start by going to our draw tab. And this brush is probably a little bit too big. So the first thing I'm going to do is reduce its size down to about 10 to 12 pixels. And I don't want any sort of softness. I want it to be very strong. Okay. And then you can go through and kind of look at your basic circulars. You won't need to use these yet. We will be using these, but for right now, you don't need to use these guys. Okay. All right. So I'm going to add a layer. And this is where I'm going to do my drawing. So I'm going to start in the corner. And I have a touchscreen Chromebook like you do. So I'm going to use my finger to do this because this is I think the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to start by going down. Oh, sorry, set my color. And I want to take my pen pressure off. There we go. So I'm going to go down and up. Then a little lower and then a down kind of further like this. I've got these drips going and then down. So when she talks about her art, she talks a lot about honeycombs and having this idea of dripping honey. So think of honey dripping out of a honeycomb. That's what she's trying to create. So now I'm going to choose another color. I'm going to go with pink. Okay. I'm going to add some pink, and I'm just going to go around the area that I've already drawn. See how this gets really tight in here? So I just kind of do this. All right, I'm going to go down and around, and I'm going to add this strip around it like that. All right, we're going to leave the white inside because we're going to go over and layer some shapes over it. So let's switch our color up. Again, she uses really bright psychedelic color. So I'm going to go with green next. And this time I'm going to go down into the inside. So I'm going to go down like this and just kind of pull it down and around like that. So now I've got 3 layers of the drip effect. Let's add another layer. Let's do orange, something really bright. Okay. And now I'm going to go on the outside. And again, there's no room here. So I just kind of go around like this and up. Okay. So that's how I know that that drip is done because my main one is the black. And then I've kind of worked my way out. I'm going to add one more section. So I'm going to go back to black. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is start here. So I'm going to have a drip section starting here, and I'm just going to come from that part that I already have. Go up and down. Let's switch the color up. So let's do a blue. You know what? Let's do a teal because we haven't done a teal before. All right, so I'm going to start here again, and I'm going to go up like that, and then back down, up, and then back down, up. Okay, let's do another color. Let's do yellow. Okay. All right. That's the drip background. So I am not going to do anything other with that than layer it. Now I want to go in with a slightly smaller brush and start to fill in some of the white sections that are left. So I'm going to go to my size and I'm going to pull my pen down. Well, that's too big. Maybe I'll go to a 10. Let's go a little bit smaller. Let's go to a 5. Okay. But maybe I want a little bit more softness this time. So let's go to about a 50-52 for softness. And then I can choose, maybe I really kind of want this guy, which is a little bit more edging on there. All right, so I never want to put two of the same colors next to each other, and I'm filling in the white spaces between the two to get this dripping honey effect. I'm going to start over to the right because there's more room over here. So I'm going to start by picking black again because I don't have that, and I'm going to just go here. Oh, flip color. Okay, flip. There we go. The trick is just to kind of layer. Maybe I go in here. Remember, this is just your background, so it can be a little messy. It's okay. I'm going to do this guy and that guy. Okay, so let's switch colors. Maybe I want to do yellow here. Kind of have them overlapping. Just kind of fill in wherever you can fill in with that guy. Yellow, and then maybe I want to switch to a pink or a purple. Let's do pink. Okay, and let's go in here. We got this pink drip. These pink drips, and then maybe we'll do one more layer of pink drip on the outside. All right, so that's our kind of funky background. Now let's add our shapes. So adding the shapes are going to compensate for some of the kind of scribble effect in the back. So I'm going to go right here to shape. And then I'm going to go over to the top where it says type, and I'm going to click the shape that looks like a weird messed up star. And then I'm going to go down here. And the shapes that I want to use, the ones that I want to stick to, are like this guy, that guy, this one. Okay, anything that looks like a modified star. There's a lot of options, but that will look very similar to what she has in her artwork. So I'm going to start out with this one, okay? And my shape is set to this, and my fill is I'm going to start with my fill set to black. So remember, we want rotating patterns of bright colors and rotating patterns of black and white. So I've set my color as black, and I'm going to start by creating one shape. Now, this is too small, and I want it to come off the corner and overlap like this. I want to have it overlap over the psychedelic background. Okay, so this is in my corner and it's big. You want the drips to look like they're coming down and the shapes to look like they're bursting out over it. All right, so now I did this shape, so now I'm going to create another one, except this time I'm going to fill it in white. So I go ahead and put my little circle on there, and I'm going to drag it and then pull it so that the points of the star line up, and it gives it this effect of a layer, right? Okay, why does that go away? There we go. All right, so now I want to go back and do another fill with black again. Okay, so I'm going to create my circle, go here, and then drag it to make it look bigger. Okay. And let's do one more. Let's do another white. So fill, white. Okay, good. Create my white circle, put it in the center. And as you go, you need to drag it less and less. You'll notice as I pull my circle, I'm starting to get this cross section. Okay, that means that it's lining up. So these points all the way at the top and the points, these points all the way at the top and these points all the way at the bottom match. All right, now I'm going to add a color. So maybe I want to do yellow in the center. So I go ahead and pull my circle out, drag it to the center, open and expand it until I've got those lines right there. Like, see my T? Okay, that means everything's lined up. So it looks like a sunburst. And then now I'm going to go back to black and white. And just have that one pop of yellow. So let's go to black, drag my circle again, pop it a little bit, make sure it pops, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and then I'm going to do white, fill, white, drag it in the center, and I'm going to keep getting smaller until I basically can't get any smaller in there. All right, that is the first layer. Now I'm going to pick a different shape. So let's see what kind of really funky star-like shapes we have in here. This one is a cool one. So this grouping is going to be my colorful one. So I'm not going to use any black and white for this one. So I'm going to start off by choosing my fill color, and I'm going to start off with pink. And let's make this pink a little bit hot, like hot pink. Let's make it a little bit brighter. So we're going to do that. And again, we're going to drag kind of a big shape, right? And maybe this one can overlap and move up a little bit on the one that we already have. So let's do an overlap like that. So I've now covered the majority of my canvas. So once again, I'm going to pick my next color. Let's do yellow. Let's make it really bright yellow. All right, so let's create this guy and put it in here. Line it up. Make it big. Okay. My fill this time, let's do green. Let's do green, bright green. Okay, next color, let's try like a teal color. Make it bright. Sticking with the same color pattern that we've been using. And again, layer, 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 layer. It's all about movement and layer today. So let's go with an orange. A very bright orange. I don't like that orange. Let's do that. Yeah, there we go. All right, good. Let's draw another one. Let's see. Let's go with a teal. Okay. And let's do another one. Let's see, fill. So let's see, picking more of a red color. And then we'll draw that out, and that'll go in there. Really, it could be whatever color pattern you like, but I like the contrast between the black and white section and this section. So then maybe we start over. Maybe we start with a pink again, and we're just going to go with the colors that we've already selected. So go back to fill. The next one was yellow. Oop, I wanted that to be pink, pink. Okay, that's fine. And then let's see, green. Right, and again, make sure that cross comes up. You're sizing it. Orange is the next one. I made that too big. Let me shrink this guy down a little bit. And that's good. Okay, so we've got our two shapes. Now we want to kind of cover a little bit of overlap on the drip section. All right. If you want to change the order of the shapes, if you want to change the order of the drips, what you can do is you can move the layer. You can reorganize the layer as you go to kind of try to make sure that you like one way or the other. So this time for the shape, I'm actually going to go with a small star, and we're just going to go in the corner. We're going to start with black and white again, and it's just going to be very small. One black, one white, another one black. Tiny guys right in the corner there. Make him a little bit smaller. Whoop, nope. Tiny little guy. Okay. And then again, maybe we change the shape. And this time, let's go with, let's do this guy because this is kind of a star, but he's not really. And this time we'll do color. So again, we'll start off with teal. We'll go in this corner. And maybe we'll do teal, black, and white. So next we'll do black. And then maybe we'll do white after that. Okay. So the more complicated you get, I mean, this is how many layers? This is 27 layers, and you could certainly keep going. But you want that composition of the free moving hand-drawn lines and then the solid lines of the static shapes of art. Okay? Enjoy!